Hello, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Pups, the plain underrated people talk show. Today's hosts are me and Ben. Rob is not with us at this moment, but he'll probably be joining in a little bit later. And we have three main topics today, and we'll probably branch off into other areas, and it'll be a normal show. So, first topic, do you want to talk about Call of Duty Ghost?
Sure. Have you heard anything big about it so far, or just the name?
Nothing. I mean, even the name's not set in stone. I mean, well, people are saying it is, but I mean, anything can change. Everyone thought the Xbox was called the Xbox 720 until like just a week ago. So
Is it just Infinity Ward that's making it this time,
I don't even.
or Sledgehammer?
Yeah, I think it's just some other company. I don't think Infinity Ward or Treyarch is making it.
I I don't think I'm gonna buy it this year.
Well,
And I mean, I'm kind of for me, I'm more of a Battlefield fan myself, and with Call of Duty and Black Ops 2, it's probably different for you, but I'm getting kind of bored of playing it, and I just don't see what else they could bring that could make me interested in playing the game anymore.
yeah, no, totally understandable. I mean, this is what Call of Duty 10 or 11 or something. I mean, it's the
I
series.
believe
The
so.
series is coming to its end, I think.
Yeah, at some point you have to stop making the games.
But
Like Mario, that shit can go on forever.
not even. I mean, even that's. I mean, even they branch off to
I
different
mean,
types of games like Mario Party, Super Mario Brothers. I mean,
hmm
they went to several different types of games with the same characters, and Call of Duty is just regurgitating the same material over and over. I mean, you can only do that so many
yeah.
times, and
What's killing them is their lack of I feel like they focus too much on the multiplayer.
well,
And while a lot of people do play multiplayer, I agree with you, and that the multiplayer is really fun. I feel like the single player campaign for Black Ops 2 wasn't very good. Like there were some cool scenes and all, but I like campaigns that get me like emotionally like there. Like I had like a strong emotional reaction to it,
yeah,
and I just
yeah.
didn't. I just did not feel that in this one. I felt like if you when you kill Harper, it didn't really mean much to me, or the certain decisions you have, they didn't really like do anything for me in this case because the story just kind of like came out of the blue, and it wasn't like a continued one really. Besides the whole Frank Woods part.
But I do think it was cool that your decisions reflected how the game ended. You know, that was different and new.
That was different. That was new for a Call of Duty sort of
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that sort of gameplay has been around for a while.
Well, yeah, of course, of course. But
Yeah.
I mean, in that sense, I respect the company for that. But the multiplayer is, I mean, they made some really good changes to the multiplayer, made it a lot more balanced.
They did.
But it's not that they're doing it wrong. I feel like it's just running its course.
It's just getting repetitive, and I feel like it's just too much. One of like the what I personally think they should do is I think the biggest mistake they made was getting into this future stuff. Because I'm getting really tired of all these future games coming out now, and I feel like if they went back to World War II for one game, and with the graphics they have now, and maybe with a better storyline, they could make a pretty kick-ass game out of World War II again.
Uh,
Because
a D-Day
I,
battle in this day
I
of age of
really
gaming.
liked, I really liked World at War when it introduced the Pacific. It's just that the graphics weren't quite there yet, and I feel like now, like going through the jungles in these islands and island hopping and all this sort of thing, it would just be a lot more fun with the graphics they have now. And if they put a larger effort into it. One of like the coolest games that has gone really under the radar is have you ever heard of Medal of Honor Airborne?
No.
You know the Medal of Honor series though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so one of the games they released in like 2008.
2008. That's old.
Yeah, it is old, but the graphics were surprisingly good for it. But anyway, pretty much you were an air battalion and you jumped out of airplanes into enemy combat, which I thought was really awesome. and it was really cool because you would fly out of these airplanes, and there would just be like people firing you everywhere, and you have to dodge the bullets and everything. Or else your parachute would go down. It was really cool, and I feel like with Call of Duty, they don't pay enough attention to their campaign. I feel like in it kind of died down after Black Ops because I feel like Black Ops the campaign was really cool. I really liked the Black Ops campaign. It was new. I really liked the level with the prison where you are escaping from it as Sergeant Reznov,
Yeah.
and it was just awesome
The
how
story.
they
It
have
was just the
this.
storyline. The storyline was good.
Yeah, the storyline was like something that you haven't heard any before, and it was historically accurate. Everything like the whole nerve gas, which explains how like zombies are made and whatnot. And it's just cool how it all tied together.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. But and the Modern Warfare campaign. The first two games were so good, and the third one just I feel like killed the campaign.
Oh yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is a game that should be forgotten because I never finished that campaign when I got the game because I saw the end multiple times. I just didn't think it was like that well of an end. Ooh, you killed Makarov. Like you could see that coming from the beginning of the game. I feel like
Well, yeah, I mean,
I feel
like something like that. Of course, you can guess the ending, but it
yeah.
was just I don't know. I feel like the third game, it was like the first two games were so exhilarating to play through, and then it was. I feel like the third one was anticlimactic in the campaign, and the
Like Modern Warfare
multiplayer. Oh,
2
the multiplayer is
was
disgusting,
Modern Warfare 2 is just so great.
and it's hard to bounce
And I
back from that. Like when you have the graphical enhancement and the multiplayer enhancement and the storyline enhancement from Modern Warfare 1 to Modern Warfare 2, it's really
it
hard to make
was
up for that in the third one. I understand that, but the third one was just so terrible that
I felt like the graphics in the third one went back. Like the guns, they looked like Call of Duty 4 guns, in that they were shaped more like a penis shape, where it was like long and doesn't really like, look like you're holding an actual gun. Didn't have like much form to it whatsoever. You're just kind of like holding like a
yeah, you know what? From what I remember,
squirt
they were a
gun.
lot smaller. Because if you, the funniest thing I found when I was playing Modern Warfare 2 was if you played Modern Warfare 2 and you like the guns are so big in it, and but then if you try to go back to Call of Duty 4, the guns look like little tiny toys. It's really funny.
Yeah,
So I thought that was kind of funny. But Modern Warfare 3, I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot to hate about that game. But I don't know. I feel like we're getting a little off course here. We're supposed to be talking about what they could be doing with Ghost. So what would you like to see? What would make the game better for you?
okay, so Ghost, from what I first when I first hear this name, I feel like it is about you remember Ghost from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I think of is that they're bringing back this badass guy who you never saw his face, who always wore this like face mask with a ghost on it. That's why I feel like it's gonna be a prequel.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like at the point of Modern Warfare 3, Captain McTavish is dead. Price is like an old, like he's probably retired by now because he's finally killed Makarov. And I feel like in this game it's gonna go between where Modern Warfare, maybe between Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, or maybe before Modern Warfare 1. That's where I feel like it's gonna go. I feel like they're gonna take a step back because
That'd be pretty cool.
I feel like if they go too far in the future, then they're becoming too much like Black Ops 2, where they have all these future guns and weapons. And I think from Infinity Ward's standpoint, they want to be more diverse, and they want to
Well, it's also
not
keep in mind
be.
it's not Infinity Ward this time. I don't think.
It isn't?
I don't
Oh,
believe so.
I have no idea. Let me look that up, actually.
Yeah, you do that. But all right, that's interesting that you thought of it as like a prequel type thing. See, when I heard Call of Duty Ghosts, I was thinking it was going to be, the special ops again, like they've done in every other game, but more stealthy based. I thought maybe I don't even know because I mean the futuristic Black Ops 2 brought in like stealth camo, like where you can go invisible, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they would want to regurgitate that again for Call of Duty Ghost, but that's interesting that you brought up the prequel. I think that'd be pretty awesome, playing as Ghost in the campaign.
I would like that if they took a step back, because for me, all this future stuff, I'm just tired of playing it at this point, because I feel like when you're creating a game like that, it's really easy to include all these things. You could just be like, hey, let's have a badass weapon that can look through walls and shit. And it's just really easy to like imagine what to include in the game. When you take a step back, you actually have to look up what the soldiers used and what sort of weapons were active at that time, so you can make the game like historically accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like futuristic games. I like them both. I like all games, but I don't know. I do like the historically accurate type deal.
I'm just like I'm a little bit of a history buff, and so when I play these like World War II games and other stuff, I enjoy playing it.
Like I said,
because
Call of Duty Ghost people, if you remake a D-Day level, I will buy your game. I hope they hear that. I really want a D-Day level again. You played Call of Duty 2, right?
Call of Duty 2?
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, that D-Day level,
Great game.
I mean, it was...
Yeah.
Oh, God. I loved it.
It was great, but it was Call of Duty 2, so the graphics weren't what they could have been.
I mean, even so, even that if the graphics weren't that good, it was still a really good game. Call of Duty 1, on the other hand, not so much. Not as good. I don't know. I like to forget about that game, that it even existed, but...
Do you think they would ever do a Vietnam one, ever? Like, think about that?
Well, I mean, that's what Black Ops 1 was.
See, I was talking with a friend of ours, Kyle, about that, and we were discussing this, and we were discussing about that. But I feel like in Black Ops 2, Vietnam was sort of like the backdrop to the main story. Like, do you know what I mean?
I kind of get what
like,
you're saying.
There were levels that include the Vietnam War, but it wasn't what you were meant to focus on. You were meant to focus on this whole like gas outbreak.
Yeah, all right, I see what you're saying. You mean
I
like
feel
a game
like
just
if you
entirely based off of the Vietnam War?
If you had a game where you were like going through the jungle and shit, and it was super intense like that, and going through foxholes and everything, I feel like it would be a lot better. Cause or even like a multiplayer. Did you ever own Bad Company 2?
Yes.
Did you ever play the Vietnam mode?
Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, I did not, but I got it. I bought it, and then my stats all reset, so I broke my disc.
That stinks.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty awesome, that game mode, because not only are the graphics amazing because it's DICE, but like the whole music they incorporated into it, they incorporated like 60s anti-Vietnam music into the game. They incorporated like camps where like you hear like Vietnamese like chants going on.
Oh, that's interesting.
I feel like if I were to go back to like Bad Company 2 was just a solid game, because the campaign itself, you weren't meant to take it. Did you ever play the campaign? Because you weren't meant to take it extremely seriously.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like the players, they always joke around and they make Call of Duty jokes and shit.
Are they making Bad Company 3? Because to what I remember, Bad Company 2's campaign ended very open.
It did end very open. It ended with here. Okay, this is how it ended. It actually ended opening it up to the multiplayer.
Really?
So when the campaign ends, you find out that Russia has gone from Alaska and is now invading into Canada. And so now in the multiplayer, the maps that they have where you play Russian conquest are maps where battles would take place in this war set up by the campaign. Do you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did not know that. That's actually really cool.
It is really cool, and that's what I liked about it, the game, Bad Company itself. Also, the fact they gave everything away for free, which is what I loved. Because if you had, first of all, when you bought Bad Company 2, they gave you the season pass for free. Now, every single map pack that came out, they gave it for free with that season pass. So in essence, you got that season pass for free. And then when Vietnam came out, if you had the season pass, you got Vietnam for free too. And then also, I believe, Onslaught mode, which was actually really fun. Onslaught mode, it was where you go onto these like rush maps and you pretty much have to capture these bases, and it's just like CPU coming against you. So it's kind of like a survival mode, but nah, you have an objective. So overall, like for an old game that Bad Company 2 is now, it was a really solid one, and it was like the first to like introduce all this whole vehicle warfare and a lot of other things. And this like, and the characters I liked a lot too because the characters weren't like to be like taken seriously. They had like cartoony faces. If you
Yeah.
get what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying, like the faces, they weren't meant to look extremely real.
Yeah. No. Totally. I don't know.
So I feel
I
like
like the in Call of Duty they try their best to make the graphics and the faces look somewhat realistic. In you know what? In Battlefield 3, did the faces look good?
in Battlefield 3, they looked
Yeah,
excellent.
they did, didn't they? I sold that
The gra-
actually.
the graphics in Battlefield 3 were the most legit thing I have seen in a long time. Like, if you were to you're just walking in the battle, and if you were to just like stop and gaze into the sun, it it's just amazing what the graphics looked like in that game. The sun on like the whole grass and the trees waving, it just all looked real. And then you add in Destruction 2.0, which is pretty much where you can destroy anything you want. It just makes it even better. And now Battlefield 4 is going to have Destruction 3.0, which is like their new software engine that they're putting in.
All right. Actually, there was one thing I didn't like about Battlefield 3. So in Battlefield Bad Company 2, you could blow up a building and make it crumble. In Battlefield
Yes.
3, you could like blow up walls, but you couldn't bring down a building.
Yes, I understand what you're saying there. That's something I didn't like either. I don't know why they changed that.
I really like
Um,
if they in Battlefield 4, if they make it so you could take down a whole building and by the end of the game the map is just rubble, that'd be sick.
it would. I was hoping they would do that, but something tells me that something like that isn't ready for us right now, if you know what I'm saying. Because,
Yeah.
like, I feel like if you were to have that amount of destruction, that would need a lot of memory. And I don't think that's enough to put on a disc. So I think they can have destruction to a point.
Well, all I'm saying is there are jets in that game, and
So
I
I
feel like a
feel
jet
like
should be able to blow up a building.
I feel like in the next battle, if as these consoles, as we get the Xbox 720, they'll be able to handle more memory, and so I feel like these next consoles will be able to handle something like that in a Battlefield game or a Call of Duty game if they choose to do that too. That's something I don't get. Why Call of Duty? That's also about Call of Duty too. They haven't like done anything with the environments besides each game. I don't understand why they don't get on the whole destruction path and make everything like a lot more realistic in that sense. I don't get why they don't add bullet drop because if you think about it, the Call of Duty multiplayer is more of like an arcade sort of style.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah, yeah,
agree?
yeah.
Because you have like you get a kill and it pops up like double kill, triple kill, like big letters, and it's like buzz kill and all these sorts of things that are just popping up everywhere. When in Battlefield 3, you get a kill on on like the bottom middle. It just says in like tiny letters, "enemy killed, 100 points." They
Yeah,
don't make a huge deal about it.
I don't know why Call of Duty hasn't gotten on the whole bandwagon with the destruction either. But I feel like if they did add it in, it would look weird. I feel like it wouldn't fit either way. Because Battlefield 1, or Battlefield Bad Company 1, Battlefield Bad Company 2, and Battlefield Bad Company, and Battlefield 3, they all had this destruction, so you kind of get used to it. But I don't think that Call of Duty fans would react kindly to destruction on
Yeah,
maps.
Call of Duty fans they're a special bunch.
Oh gosh, I can't tell you the last time I went into a lobby and people were actually nice.
Yeah, like with Battlefield,
Battlefield people are really
Battle
nice in the lobbies. Actually, it's weird. It is
yeah,
weird.
Battlefield if you want to experience war, that's what war is like without the whole respawning thing. It is quite realistic. I myself in Battlefield, I am a very good sniper, and that's like the one class that I'm always focusing on. And I have got bullet drop down so well, and it's just something that like I love doing because when you get a kill in with the whole bullet drop sort of thing. Robert, I can hear you echoing.
Yeah, or you want to plug like headphones in or something? We can hear ourselves.
Yeah, 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I had one more thing I wanted to say about Call of Duty Ghosts before we move on. Okay, so you brought up that you wanted like you thought it'd be okay to like go prequel or maybe bring it back to World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you think people would react if they're like, oh, by the way, Call of Duty Ghost is Civil War?
God damn it.
Holy fuck. Oh my god. How do I, like... Can I... I muted him.
Okay. So, anyway.
Jeez. God, that was awful. My headphones,
Civil
my
War
headphones exploded. Alright, continue.
Civil War is too much for me. Because they have made a Civil War game before, and while it was made by the History Channel, and it was from a long time ago, it fucking sucked. Because at that point, like the guns, they would take too long to reload. It would be better to just use a sword and just spam people on the entire maps. I just don't think it'd be fun at that point. I think it's either World War II or get the fuck out. Because like the only Revolutionary War game they've really made, if you think about it, or like the only Revolutionary War game they really made is Assassin's Creed 3, and in that game you're a fucking assassin kicking everyone's ass with everything but a gun.
Okay, well,
so I think the only
this? How about this?
I don't think Call of Duty would thrive in a Civil War atmosphere.
What if they like somehow made the storyline so that it was like you're in like either a World War II era or you're in a prequel era with Ghost, and then it ties in with pieces of the Civil War. And it like there's this huge conspiracy theory, and like there may be like 3 of the levels you're in the Civil War era. What if they did something like that?
See, I would be fine with that. If you mean like what they did in Black Ops 2 with the whole going back to World War II.
Because I really liked that.
I would be fine with that. I just wouldn't want an entire game based upon this battle.
Okay. Alright, yeah, because, I don't know, I think that'd be something new and fresh, and is Robert back and talking? Because I have him muted, so I have no idea.
No, yeah, I'm back and talking.
You just...
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I had you muted because my headphones exploded from when you were talking to your mother.
Yeah, just jank them.
Well, you just missed Call of Duty Ghost Talk. If you don't know, that's like the new Call of Duty coming out this year. But
what's it about?
We don't know. We were just talking about Call of Duties and stuff. But we can now move on to another topic. We have 2 more topics. And as long as you're here, you guys want to talk about pain and gain?
Fuck yeah.
Sure.
Alright, well, you guys, either one of you can kick it off.
First of all, how'd you guys like it? Because I did not see it with you guys. I saw it the day before. So what were your overall opinion after seeing it?
Meh.
Yeah, I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was a decent movie.
That's what I thought too.
I mean, it was by no means a bad movie, and it kept me entertained. But I wouldn't like if I was bored on a Saturday. I can't say I'd want to just sit there and watch it. I'd probably pick something else. Like I'm glad I saw it, but it's not something I want to see again.
True. Wasn't I right when I said it was nothing like what the trailer described?
Yeah, it was a little bit depressing.
Like when you saw the trailer, you thought it was a movie that would be like funny, and you could like take your kids to it, or like it would just be like a funny
I
like
wouldn't say
movie like
I
that.
wouldn't say take kids to it.
I wouldn't say take your kids, but you could be able. It wouldn't have nudity and gore in it.
It didn't even have that much gore though.
But the gore it had was
Yeah,
bad.
definitely not child friendly. But I mean, yeah, the trailer was very misleading. And if you knew the real story, obviously, I'm sure you would know what you were going into. But I was expecting a comedy, to be completely honest. I didn't read anything up on it. I just knew that.
That is what I was expecting too,
Yeah.
and it was completely serious.
Well, no, there are some funny parts. I mean, The Rock is really funny in that movie, honestly. He was great.
He was pretty funny, and they got really jacked for that movie.
Really, yeah, they got big. And it was kind of funny because at the end of the movie, they show the real people that committed the crime, and they were not nearly as big as like The Rock and Marky Mark and whoever the third guy was, the actor. But the real guys who committed the crime were not nearly as big.
Oh no, they were not.
So
And
I thought that was kind of funny.
the weird one of the funny parts was
Are you taking a shower?
Is he?
I don't know. I kind of want to hear the answer too. I was waiting to hear his response.
I thought he was gonna take a shower.
okay. So what?
God, we have got to stop doing this in public.
Are you gonna take a shower, Benji?
No, I have this college thing at like 3. It's really dumb.
All right. What were we just talking about before we got to know if you were taking a shower or not?
Oh, a really funny part was when they're cutting up the other husband and wife, and you're watching it and you're like, what the hell is going on? And then at the bottom it's like, yes, this part is still a true story.
Yeah.
I laughed at that part. And one of the best parts was we were in the movie and I'm watching it, and like below us there's this like guy with he's special. He has like special problems, and at every funny part he would just have this really obnoxiously funny laugh, and the entire theater would go quiet after he laughed. Just made the movie better.
Oh God.
But overall, I don't think it wasn't one of Mark Wahlberg's best movies, but I think it was creative, and I had never heard about this before, and so it taught me something.
Yeah, it taught me that I should probably not become a bodybuilder and commit crime.
No, that it inspired me. I want to actually become a bodybuilder and kill people for money.
Dear Lord, can you even say that on the internet? All right, whatever.
Dude, I don't
was-
care.
I felt so bad for the guy that played the guy that got kidnapped in the movie. Like, yes, he was a dick, but he didn't like commit any crimes. He made an honest living in like the deli business,
Yeah.
and he just like got fucked over just because one guy said, this guy worked all his life and made all this money. I'm gonna take that away from him. And just like watching the movie and watching what this guy went through, and then like the part that I like cringed at was like when they say they're gonna like put him on the airplane, really they're just gonna kill him, so they get him super drunk. And remind you, this guy has been like sober for like 2 years now, and they just get him filthy drunk, so he's already breaking his whole sobriety thing. And I felt so bad for him when they try to like explode the car and run into the wall. Yeah, that scene.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a I don't know, deep, sad movie.
It did get really deep, especially like when they killed that husband and wife for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, that part was really messed up. I felt uncomfortable watching that. I don't know.
Yeah, like when he calls him an amateur, and Mark Wahlberg just flips the fuck out and kills him.
Yeah, speaking of Mark Wahlberg, little side note. Did you guys know he signed on for Transformers 4?
Yes, I heard about that. Was he in Transformers 3?
I
Okay,
think
so
he's
that's
taken
this
over
one.
as the main character.
See, that's too bad because I will not see that movie.
I might. In fact, I probably will.
I-
I like Transformers, no matter who's the main character.
See,
I just don't know how they're what they're gonna do with it, but I thought maybe it was gonna be a reboot or something, but they're calling it Transformers 4.
I don't because I don't know how they're gonna how is that even good? Because the third one, I thought it sucked. Thought the storyline was awful. The only thing that it's got going for it is the CGI,
Yeah.
and that is it.
I don't know. I mean, the first one was so good. The second one was pretty good. The third one could have been better, but I don't know. I feel like because of that, the fourth one can go in any direction.
Very true. And I mean, I recently saw Battleship, and that was just god awful.
That was the worst
so.
fucking movie I've ever seen. I saw that too, and
I watched it. I didn't pay for it. I watched it on HBO.
I watched it on TV, and I didn't think that it was going to be actually like the game Battleship, like the missiles.
But it was.
The missiles were actually pegs. I thought it was a joke of a movie. I was pissed
It
off.
was. They were like, oh, all our communications are down. Let's use tidal waves to launch stuff. There's a tidal wave hitting a buoy at B12. Fire.
Yeah.
Just like, are you fucking kidding me?
I thought the movie was a joke. I was sitting there watching it. I got like an hour
your
in,
movies-
and I shut it off real fast.
When you guys saw Pain and Gain, did they show the trailer for This Is the End?
We didn't get to see the trailers because bumblefuck Alex couldn't get it to our fucking house in time, and yeah, we were a little bit late.
So
We saw
did you guys see the
We
trailer?
saw one trailer. I already
Have you
seen the trailer for This Is the End like 8 times. I'm so excited for that movie.
Want to talk about it? In case people don't know.
Yeah, sure. All right, so basically, these actors, James Franco, Seth Rogen, Aziz, trying to think of, Emma Watson's in it.
There's the fat black guy from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, they all play themselves, and they go to a party at James Franco's house. And while they're there, a 2012 deal starts happening where the world ends, or starts to end. And they basically have to live in James Franco's house. Or I'm pretty sure it takes place in James Franco's house, the whole movie. And they just try to survive, and it looks absolutely hilarious.
Dude, fingers crossed that this is a movie where Emma Watson gets the nude scene going.
You know, fingers crossed, but that's probably not going to happen. Let me tell you that right now. She I don't know. I feel like that she's not the person to do that.
Dude. She, I forget what small-time movie she was in that she got naked in a tub. You can see her tots, but it was pretty sweet.
She got
Anyways.
naked in a movie?
Yeah.
Oh. I had no idea. Huh.
I do my homework, Holden. I do my homework.
Alright. Well, good to know. Yeah, I'm not going to look that up or anything right now. No, I won't. But, it's not something that's super important to me. But yeah, the movie looks really funny. I don't know, I feel like they can do a lot of good things with it. So,
Yeah, I agree.
well, thank you for agreeing.
Are there any big movies coming out in the summer so far that they've released?
I mean, I don't know about... I know Iron Man 3's coming out May 5th. I'm excited for
I
that.
will not see that.
Seriously? Oh, I'm so excited for that. I love the Iron Man movies. Both of them.
I liked them, sort of. I don't know.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as an actor, I really like him.
He's an actor I like, but I don't like the acting in like those superhero movies. I feel like I thought Avengers was god awful, and that's just my opinion.
Avengers was good action, bad movie.
Awful acting, good action, and those kind of movies. Those are the kind of movies I wait to like see on
DVD.
DVD, HBO, all that, or Pirate Bay. Like Dark Knight Rises, sure, it was criticized, but I really liked the acting in it.
Yeah, that was a
And
good movie.
I'm a big fan of Bane, especially like what makes The Dark Knight good is one, the action is awesome, but it's not just that. It's also the fact that the acting is just so incredible and just gets you into the movie.
Christopher Nolan is producing Man of Steel, right?
He is.
That movie, I mean, it's kind of got that Dark Knight feel to it, but that looks good. I'm really excited for that
It's
movie.
good. They really needed to make a remake of Superman because
Rephrase that. They needed to make a reboot to Superman that doesn't suck, because that Superman movie that came out
Exactly.
like 3 years ago was
Brandon Roth.
awful.
It was so bad. Because the thing with Superman that I always hated was the fact that he was so perfect. And that
that's why it's hard to make a movie with him, because he's invincible. Like you can't do anything with that.
his only fucking weakness is a green rock.
Yeah, so
Like with Batman, he's a human being, and it's easy to make a movie about him because he goes through the same troubles that we go through. Because he is human. He doesn't have powers. He has money and a lot of good MMA skills.
yeah, and so with the new Superman, with this new Dark Knight feel to it, if they bring in the emotional side and they, if
And
you
that's
see
what they're doing.
if you see the
You
trailer,
can see
like I'm sure it's gonna focus a lot on the childhood of him and how he has to hide and he can't be known to have these superpowers. That that emotional side, building on the character, making you care more about the movie. I just really want to see it.
I love when they do that with the whole superhero movie sort of thing, because Green Lantern was just god awful.
Yeah, fuck that movie. I hope
Ryan Reynolds is not a good actor in any way whatsoever.
he's funny. He's really funny.
He's funny. I just can't take him seriously. Same with Jack Black. If Jack Black is in a serious movie, I can't take him seriously.
I just don't like Jack Black at all.
He hasn't been in a lot of movies, has he, in the past year or so? Like,
Yeah, he's kind of dropped off the radar.
A little bit. Oh no, he was in Gulliver's Travels.
was that good though?
Dude, that was that movie came out like 5 years ago.
It didn't. It came out like 2 years ago. Not even.
School of Rock is probably his best movie still, and that's probably one of the top 50 movies of all time.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't say top 50 movies of all time, but I would say that he was really good in that
Quite
movie.
a good movie. He was in King Kong, which was god awful. 3 hours of boredom.
Really? You didn't like King Kong?
I did not like King Kong. I
I
think.
really enjoyed King Kong. I thought that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, it was a really, wasn't that like 3.5 hours, 4 hours long?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna look up the runtime of that movie. I remember that being extraordinarily long. But I don't know. I mean,
Are there any good movies on Netflix?
right now? I mean,
Yeah.
do you mean on DVD or on the instant?
Oh, on the instant. Just so we can recommend any to any of the people watching.
Oh gosh, there was this one zombie movie I got recommended, and it's actually really
Steak Land.
I mean, I guess that was okay, but no, there was this other one. Rob, you'll
was
actually
Steak
really
Land?
like this one. I gotta describe Steak Land so I can find this other one.
Okay, Steak Land is essentially an American horror story that's about essentially America has become overrun by vampires instead of zombies this time. It's like a vampiric disease. And the story follows this one kid whose entire family gets slaughtered in a matter of seconds at the beginning of the movie. And this one guy called what's his name? You never figure out what his actual name is. But it's basically he's this mentor to this kid, and he teaches him how to kill zombies and everything, and they go on an entire adventure deep into the south because they want to get to this place called New Haven. So it's really one of those movies that you wouldn't expect to be good, but actually is very good. I really enjoyed that movie. It's kind of funny, and it's kind of sad in a lot of ways.
All right, I got the name of the other movie that I recently saw on Netflix, and I'm not even I don't even know how to describe it. It was it's basically shows how infections can really fuck over a world, but it's called Pontypool. All you need to do is read the description. You'll immediately be interested, and you'll want to see it. But I don't want to go into it because I have another topic that we should discuss.
What about shows?
Shows, Fringe, Supernatural. I don't know. There's a lot of really good shows on Netflix. It's hard to just pinpoint one to recommend.
The regular show.
The regular shows, really. Adventure Time. Those are all very good shows. I feel like these are topics that we should save to really go into next show or something, because now you got me interested. But I have another topic that we need to discuss for this show.
Okay, bring it up.
All right, one sec. Let me just write down Netflix TV shows for the next show. All right.
Hey, Holden, I'm on the Sinestro actual boss fight, and it's the most broken boss fight I've ever had to deal with.
Oh, you're playing the Injustice on the phone again?
Yeah, I'm almost positive that unless you actually pay money for this, you can't beat him. Because every single move he does, every single one of his specials, if you don't block it, it essentially one-hits you.
Yikes. That sounds terrible.
Nope. Yep, fuck. It's alright. Sorry, viewers, I'm getting my shit wrecked.
Alright, the next and final main topic for this show. The new Xbox and the new PlayStation. I don't know if we discussed this yet.
There's a new Xbox?
What?
There's a new Xbox?
Do you seriously not know about this?
Is it out? I know they're coming out with the 720. Did they
okay.
tell us what it's going to be and everything?
I was hoping I was hoping you didn't live under a rock or something. You didn't know about this.
Hey, just because my family's poor and we live in a box doesn't mean you can judge us.
All right. No judging.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take a break from this. Sinestro. It's kind of being a dangus.
All right. Well, anyway, so the new Xbox is basically going to be officially announced May 31st. I'm pretty sure that's the date. Ben, you can double check that for me. But it's actually not called the 720, according to Microsoft. They said that
Is it called the 180?
Hopefully not. I forgot what the PlayStation was gonna call their new console, not the PS4. They were gonna call it something else that was just extremely stupid. I'm really happy they called it the PS4 instead. But anyways, so the new Xbox, it might just be called the Xbox. That's it.
Hey, kind of like the original?
Yeah, just keep it simple. Just call it the X. Because think about it. When you say, "Hey guys, let's go play some Xbox," you don't say, "Hey guys, let's go play some 360," anyways. So you might as well just call it the Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about you, but I always use the term Xbox 360.
Really? Oh, I've never have.
No, that was a sarcastic joke. I've never actually heard anybody refer to it as the Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why come up with some name that no one's gonna call it? Because it's just gonna be called the Xbox. It's easy to say, it's simple, and there's no hurt in calling it that. So might as well. But basically, both consoles are built like a PC. Both consoles are gonna be extremely amazing graphics, all that. They're gonna be functioning quite well, I hope. No red ring business again. Please, Xbox, please, for the love of God, don't fuck me over. But did
you get an Xbox that red ringed?
Yeah, my first Xbox red ringed. All the first Xboxes did. I got the Xbox 2 weeks after it first came out, and it red ringed 6 months later. But so I got 6 months out of it, and I sent it in and it got fixed. But what's really got me, tied up in this whole situation is I don't know whether I'm gonna buy both or if I should get just one of them, and I don't know which one I want to get because I'm pretty loyal to Xbox now. I used to be loyal to PlayStation with the PS2 and stuff. And what's really probably going to decide for me whether I get both or whether I get one or the other is if PlayStation has online chat so that you can go into parties and stuff. If Xbox is online only, because that'll kind of piss me off. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Even though I have really good internet, I just don't like the idea of it being online only because God forbid internet goes off for a little bit. I can't even, you won't even be able to play offline on anything, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then, I mean, there's also the fact of PlayStation has a lot more better exclusives than the Xbox, but the Xbox's Xbox Live is a lot more dedicated. So there's a lot going into this. And anyone want to put some input in? Or?
I mean, I'm not really excited for either of them because I'm not going to be getting either of them. But if I had to make a choice, I would definitely go with the 360, just because I've never really enjoyed PlayStation material. It's always kind of come off as like crap to me. So if I was going to get one, I would definitely get the Xbox, because that's just what I would do. I found that Xbox games, while they're not as exclusive, are more fun to play and a lot easier to play, because, like you said, the online is more dedicated.
For me, it's also the controller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the controller is so much better.
I hate the PS3 controller.
It feels too small. I don't.
Yeah, I can't stand using it, and the Xbox One just fits in my hands so nicely.
Yeah.
I think they should bring back joysticks.
I think they should bring back nunchucks for the Wii to all consoles.
You're an idiot. Take it back.
Yeah. Oh, the Wii nunchuck sticks. God, so bad.
The Wii is a piece of shit.
There are some really fun games on the Wii, but not enough that I would recommend the Wii to anyone. You know? It's just, and I hope they don't make another Wii. I hope they just, I don't know, bring back the GameCube or something. Make the...
Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah. Yeah, recommend that. So, I don't know.
Kirby Air Ride was the shit. That was a great game.
Hold up, I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. You guys talk about the new Xbox and stuff.
Oh my god! Sinestro is a... He is so broken, it is ridiculous. And there was even an update that said they lowered the difficulty of him. This is the most obnoxious thing ever. For all those viewers out there, if you were ever considering getting this game, you better be willing to, like, shell out some fucking cash so you can beat this boss. He's the most broken character in any game I've ever played. Except for maybe the final boss on Mass Effect 3 on Insanity difficulty. That was not that fun either. Oh, he blocked my attack. Awesome. Yeah, for all you guys out there, all those people that like the whole superhero nonchalant business. I am so close. If he supers me, I'm dead. Okay. Alright, I just gotta land the super, guys. Oh! He supered me! Oh my god, rage quit. I'm...
Okay, well, I hope you guys all liked listening to Robert Rage.
Holy... Oh my...
Calm down, calm down.
I actually just threw my... Good thing my iPhone has a case. This is the most frustrating. This is more frustrating than probably getting into college.
Alright. Okay. Wow, what were we just talking about? Oh yeah, the new Xbox and stuff. I don't know. I mean, knowing me, I'll probably end up getting both consoles, because...
Well, yeah, because you're, I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna say it!
But...
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Hold on, I still have to do my, my paper. This is jankum.
Oh yeah, you should probably get on that. I wrote my, my political science paper.
This is so jankum, I can't even explain it to you. For those of you listening, I have to do an English paper about a personal experience in my life that I have to essentially dissect and find deeper meaning in. So I'm essentially going to write a paper about the first time I masturbated and what an
and the deeper meaning in that. I can already imagine what you're going to say.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great paper.
Actually, that'd be a really good paper idea. Like, you could do a lot with that paper for deeper meaning.
I don't think I could.
For deeper meaning, totally.
I'd probably get so distracted thinking about masturbating that I'd actually just wouldn't be able to write the paper.
I just feel like there's a lot of deep meaning behind that.
Oh, he KO'd Sinestro.
I
Oh,
would.
he blocked it.
Would,
He blocked
would
it.
your teacher get upset if you wrote about that?
Yeah, I'd probably get like sent to like the counselor's office or something. They'd be like, "Yo, why are you talking about, touching yourself?"
And your
I'd be like,
response should be that you
Nope,
needed some
nope.
inspiring. Jesus fucking Christ! Shut your dick.
I can't. He's. My anus is the size of like Mars right now. He is fucking me so hard.
Your response should be that you needed inspiration for what to write about, and they can't possibly get upset with that. That's the bottom line.
They can, because they're a school, and the school system in America essentially fucks over any kind of creative expression that the student body decides to embrace. So, oh yeah, there's a story behind this for all you viewers. I am in an intro to photography class, and the school won't let me put up my work because it's supposedly too controversial. And
What you take a picture of?
No, I took the project that I had to do the photos for was the project called Masks and Dolls, where the object of the project was to photograph masks and dolls. And the two pictures I wanted to print out and put up in the school were this picture of a sock monkey hanging itself from like red yarn, and then the other picture was a girl. Not a girl, but it was a bunch of like babies. Oh, it was a bunch of babies, essentially like surrounded by bullet casings, and it was speaking out against like gun violence and everything. And the school won't let me put those up, and it's jank.
Is that why you were late to Spanish class that one day?
No.
Damn.
I got called. No.
I wanted to find that story out.
Late to Spanish class one day.
You don't remember that? Came late. Wouldn't tell me what was up.
Wouldn't tell you what was up. No, I don't. Oh, were we in a computer lab?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do I still not get to hear that story? Maybe just not on
You
here?
still do not get to hear that story.
Damn. All right, fine. Well, that's pretty messed up that they won't let you put your work up. But
Yeah, it's kind of jank.
I mean,
That is really
I can
weird.
understand why, kind of. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would freak out if they saw that photo, but it is your artwork, and so I don't know. That's a sticky situation for the school.
It's a very sticky situation. I'm gonna be the first one to admit that. But it's I don't know. I was actually thinking about for those of you listening still, we have this place in our school called the Blocks, and it's essentially like a hangout for like students in the center of the school. And I was thinking of just like taking the photo and just sitting at the Blocks with it like on my lap and seeing what happened, but I figured I'd get in way too much trouble for that to even be worth it. So
Probably. I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't know. I mean, speaking out against... fuck it, don't even do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
yeah, it's not worth it. Oh, he blocked it. Blocked my super. Every fucking time. Every time.
Yeah, you gotta be... With the supers, I know on the Xbox One, sometimes you can only land a super if like they're in the air, falling to the ground, and that's when you call it in. You know what I'm saying?
No, the supers in this game are guaranteed to hit unless you're like out of range.
Oh, okay.
But right now he's okay.
You should do a Let's Play walkthrough of this. I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear you rage, and stuff.
I'm really. Oh my
That's
god.
my favorite part about Let's Play walkthrough players when they rage or something. It's so funny, like PewDiePie.
So you think this would be a good time to like stop the show?
Yeah. You know, I feel like the main conversation's kind of died, and we have topics for next week that we can go into. But I know you have to go, and I have some stuff I got to do also, and Robbie really has to beat this boss. So that's what we're gonna.
My nuts are so sweaty right now, and I just smelled my hand after rubbing them. It smells like peanut butter.
Okay, you don't want like that.
Let's stop it
Yeah,
there.
that's a good place to end.
Let's
All
end
right.
on that.
This has been the Pups. Have a happy day.
All right, let's go.